Okay, gents, if you could finish off with your sprints and dives. We'd like to clear the pool, and then we can get the competition underway, introducing our officials, our events, and also our swimmers out onto poolside. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Swim England Northwest Winter Short Course Championships for 2018. I'd like to welcome everybody on the World Wide Web, wherever you may be watching from, whether you're on the other side of the world, or just round the corner, or even watching it as a playback this evening when you get home. Welcome to you all. And just before we get underway, we will have the usual safety announcement. Live stream and results are on live.swimnorthwest.org and at Swim England Northwest. And that is hashtag NorthwestChamps18. So if you want to get live results streaming, it's flashing up on the main screen. So just before we get underway, we have the usual safety announcement. And then shall introduce our officials.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Northwest Regional Winter Championships here at the Aquatic Centre in Manchester. The following safety announcement is for all competitors, officials, spectators relating to the competition and venue. There are no planned tests for the centre's fire alarm system, so if you hear the fire alarm, you should leave the building by the nearest marked exit. Competitors, judges and officials should not return to the changing room to collect their clothes or belongings. It is the policy of the centre that no photography should take place at Could we also ask that during the competition all mobile phones and pages are either switched off or set to silent mode. If we want to actuate at the start of a race, this could jeopardise a competitor's position. Competitors are reminded that the depth of water is 2 metres and the starting blocks are 0.75 above the level of the water. Competitors are reminded that there is no diving during general warm-up. Also, during the competition, in the case of a false start, competitors must continue with a shallow racing dive. You must not topple into the water head downwards, as this is dangerous. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Aquatic Centre in Manchester on today, Saturday the 3rd of November, for session 1 of the Swim England Northwest Regional Winter Championships for 2018. The championships can only take place with the freely given time and effort of our volunteers. The organisers would like to thank them for their hard work before, during and after the swimming, ensuring that the events are as trouble-free as possible. Thanks is also given to the Manchester of the staff at the Aquatic Centre in Manchester for their cooperation and support. The Aquatic Centre in Manchester is a no-smoking venue, which includes the use of electronic cigarettes. To protect the environment, we ask that all rubbish be placed in the litter bins provided, whether on poolside or in the spectators' gallery. For your safety and comfort, you are advised not to leave any property unattended, as the centre staff will remove anything left unattended. The events for this morning are Event 101, the Women's Open 100 Individual Medley. 102, the Men's Open 200 Breaststroke. 103, the Women's Open 100 Butterfly. We'll skip that for the time being. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of fair play, we ask that you switch off or set to silent all mobile phones or pages. If one should activate and sound the start of a race, it may jeopardise a competitor's position. We also ask for silence and no flash photography once the swimmers have called to the blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on poolside your team of technical officials. Your referees for this morning. Your referees for this morning's session are Mark Davis and Dave Broomhall, and your starter is Ray Mackay. Officials, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the competition will commence in just a few moments.
First event this morning is event 101, which is the women's 100 metres individual medley. There are 2 heats. And as per usual, we start with heat number 1. And so off we go in this first heat on this first event. And in lane 2 we've got Megan Jones from Kendal, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth in 3, Anna Dutton from Leyland Barracudas in 4, Jennifer Green from Wigan Best in 5, Emily Dobbin from Bebington in 6, and Madison Tuer from Workington in lane number 7. It's the 2 golden lanes, the 4 and 5, Anna Dutton and Jennifer Green. Jennifer Green probably just having the slight edge at the end of the breaststroke leg as we turn round onto freestyle. As we come down this final 25, it's Jennifer Green from Wigan Best into the last 5 metres. Jennifer Green from Anna Dutton and Abby Winstanley. As we wait for confirmation of the results, and we move on to heat number 2. So down in this first 25, in lane 1 we've got Lois Postlethwaite from Barrow, India Sharp from Ulverston in lane 2, Lucy Fairbanks from City of Manchester in 3, Anna Doherty from Bolton Metro in 4, Leah Williams, Pioneer 79 in 5, Rebecca Amore from Copeland in lane number 6. And at the end of the backstroke leg, turning on to freestyle, to breaststroke, sorry. Anna Doherty has probably just got that slight lead, although Leah Williams turned first on 30.76. As they turn out onto the freestyle, it's now Lucy Fairbanks. Great turn off the wall. And she comes down underneath the flags. She's going to take this from Anna Doherty, and then in that 3rd place, it looked as though it was Rebecca Amore. As we wait for confirmation of the results. The next event this morning is event 102, which is the men's open 200 metres breaststroke. And that's followed by the women's 100 metres butterfly, men's 100 metres freestyle, 50 metres breaststroke for women, men's 50 metres butterfly, 200 metres backstroke for women, men's open 400 metres individual medley, and that's followed by the women's open 800 metres freestyle. We have confirmation of that results as we move on to our next event, event 102, which is the men's 200 metres breaststroke. There are 3 heats. Heat 1. So in this first heat, we've got in lane 2, Luke Adams from the city of Salford. Kenan Young from Preston in lane 4. Jack Smith from Cockermouth in 5. William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth in lane 6. And in lane 7, Luke Hoey from the city of Salford. As we come down to the halfway turn, it looks like Luke Adams. He's turning first from Jack Smith and then Kenan Young. There's not much between them though. Still Luke slightly out in front, probably just about an arm's length. Doing a great swim though. Lonely out there in the outside lanes, but having nobody on the inside of you or the outside of you. Being in the centre lanes, there's three of our swimmers all together, swimming off each other. So great swim by Luke at the minute. Comes down into turn 7. And he's still maintaining that slight lead over Kenan Young. And then our 2 Cockermouth swimmers. So it's Luke Adams from Kenan Young, from William Fidalgo Hull and Jack Smith. Move on to heat 2. So in lane 2, Ethan Wright from Winsford. Lane 3, Daniel Kinsella from Warrington Warriors. Jack O'Brien from City of Manchester in 4. Jack Iverson from Cockermouth. In lane 5, Toby Ranson from City of Manchester in 6. And Dakota Ravatali from the Burnley Bobcats in lane number 7. At the end of the first 50, it's Jack O'Brien, turning in 31-34. He's got probably about a 3-metre lead now over our other 3 swimmers. Lane 3, Daniel Kinsella. 5, Jack Iverson. And 7, Dakota Ravatali. I think it's Dakota that's probably just got the slight edge over Daniel. As we come into turn at 175. It's still Jack O'Brien, who's now stretched that lead out to 10 metres, and he touches first 2:20.10. Still very, very close now for second place. It looks as though it is Jack Iverson from Cockermouth with Dakota Ravatali in third, and that brings up heat number 3. Heat 3. As we get this Heat 3 underway, we have the finalists for the women's 100 metres individual medley. 16 years and under age group. Megan Jones from Kendal, India Sharp from Alderston, Rebecca Amor from Copeland, Jennifer Green, Wigan Best, Anna Dutton, Leyland Barracudas, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth, Lois Postlethwaite from Barrow, Emily Dobbin from Bevington, and reserve finalist is Madison Tua from Workington. In the 17 years and over age group, we have Leah Williams from Pioneer 79, Lucy Fairbanks, City of Manchester, and Anna Doherty from Bolton Metro. And they are your finalists for the women's 100 metres individual medley. Team managers and head coaches, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your finalists from those events.
In Heat 3, in Lane 1, we have Elliot Woodburn from Kendal. In Lane 2, Nathan Holmes from Preston. Lane 3, Jack Roberts from City of Liverpool. Samuel Goldrick from Oldham Aquatics. Zach Fielder from Crew Flyer in Lane 5. In Lane 6, we have Jack Howard from Preston. And in Lane 7, Benjamin Haverstrong from Burnley. In first place, we have Samuel Goldrick from Oldham Aquatics. In second place, Jack Roberts from City of Liverpool. And in third place, Jack Howard from Preston.
And then we have the confirmation of the result, and that brings us to the end of event 102. Next event, event 103, is for the women's 100 metres butterfly. There are three heats. Heat 1. through to the 75 turn. And, lane 5 Emma Jones has got a slight lead over Meadow Dronsfield in lane number 4. And then in lane 2 Simone Elson, Pioneer 79. And there were the 1, 2, 3. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. As we have confirmation of that result, as we move on to heat number 2. As we go through halfway, it's Jessica Calderbank from Oldham Aquatics, who's got a very good lead as we come down to 75 metres. And she's turning net first from Jessica Madonna. Over there in lane number 2. And then possibly Holly White might get the 3rd place, but then it might be Olivia Heron. It shows us Olivia Heron taking that 3rd place. As we wait for confirmation of the results, as we move on to heat 3.
In heat 3, in lane 1, we have Rebecca Amor from Copeland. Lane 2, Emily Conway from the City of Manchester. In lane 3, Charlotte Wrens from the City of Liverpool. In lane 4, G. Melbourne Smith from Warrington Warriors. In lane 5, Emily Keys from the City of Salford. Lane 6, Elizabeth Woodcock from Preston. Lane 7, Isabel Kay from Winsford, and in lane 8, Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors. Lane 5 seems to have it at the moment. Emily Keys from Gabrielle Melbourne Smith. And lane 3, Charlotte Wrens. We'll just wait for the confirmation. That is your confirmed result. That brings us to the end of event 103. We now move on to event 104, the men's open 100 metres freestyle, heat 1.
So in this first of 6 heats, the men's open 100 metres freestyle. In lane 3 we've got Jacob Chambers, City of Manchester. Ryan Potter from Blackpool Aquatics in lane 4. And Ethan Naisbitt from Pioneer in lane number 5. Taking a commanding lead at 50 metres. Here's Ryan Potter. Swam well 2 weeks ago. That's the North Lights Championships, Age Group Championships up in Blackpool. And he's moving well away from the other swimmers. And he comes in to the finish, 1:06.39. It's a personal best for Ryan, with Ethan in second place. And we wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it as we move on to heat number 2. As we get this heat 2 underway, we have the finalists for the men's 200 metres breaststroke. In the 16 years and under age group, Toby Ranson, City of Manchester, Daniel Kinsella from Warrington Warriors, Jack Smith from Cockermouth, Luke Adams from City of Salford, William Fidalgo Holt from Cockermouth, Dakota Ravatali from Burnley Bobcats, Jack Howard, Preston, and Elliot Woodburn from Kendal, with reserve finalists of Nathan Holmes from Preston and Benjamin Havers-Strong from Burnley Bobcats. In the 17 years and over age group, Jack Iverson from Cockermouth, Jack Roberts from City of Liverpool, Samuel Goldrick from Oldham Aquatics, Jack O'Brien from City of Manchester, Kenan Young from Preston, and Zach Fielding from Crewe Flyers. And they are your finalists for the men's 200 metres breaststroke final. Then we have confirmation of that heat's result as we move on to heat number 3.
In lanes 1 we have John Bruder from City of Liverpool. Lane 2, Rowan Greening from Cockermouth. Lane 3, Daniel Holmes from Preston. Lane 4 is Thomas Dugdale from Carnforth. Lane 5, Adam Akick from Bolton Metro. Lane 6 is Ruben Rowbottom Keating from Manchester Aquatics. Lane 7 is Kyle McKenna, Leyland Barracudas, and in lane 8, Toby Hill from Prescott. And it looks like lane 3, Daniel Holmes is taking them home. Closely followed by Rowan Greening. And out in lane 8, lane Toby Hill. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result. And that is your confirmed result.
So as we get heat 4 underway, we have the finalists for the women's 100 metres butterfly final, 16 years and under age group. Holly White, City of Liverpool. Rebecca Amore from Copeland. Charlotte Rents from City of Liverpool. Jessica McDonough from City of Liverpool. Gabrielle Melbourne Smith from Warrington Warriors. Olivia Heron, Stockport Metro. Jodie Gittins from Wigan Best. Simone Elson from Pioneer 79. And reserve finalists of Kimberly Burston from Oldham Aquatics and Lois Postlethwaite from Barrow. In the 17 years and over age group, Emma Jones from City of Salford. Jessica Colvank, Oldham Aquatics. Emily Keys, City of Salford. And Coral Farrell from Warrington Warriors. And they are your finalists for the Women's Open 100 metres butterfly final.
There is confirmation of your result from Heat 4. We now move on to Heat 5. In lane 1 we have Dakota Ravatelli from Burnley. Lane 2, Daniel Kinsella from Warrington. Lane 3, Declan Hall from Wigan Best. Lane 4, Robert Cowley from the City of Manchester. Lane 5, Jared Armstrong from the City of Manchester. Lane 6, Oliver Houghton from Warrington. Lane 7, Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool. And lane 8, Nathan Holmes from Preston. Taking them out at the moment is Robert Cowley from City of Manchester, closely followed by Declan Hall. Coming towards the end, looks like Robert's got this one, yeah. Lane 3 Declan, and in lane 5 is Jared. We'll wait for confirmation of that result. And there is your confirmation. In the final heat, we have in lane 1, Pierce Greening from Cockermouth. Lane 2, Frankie Docking Smith from City of Chester. Lane 3, Neil Wiley from City of Manchester. Lane 4, Sam Horrocks from the City of Manchester. Lane 5, Jamie Ingram, City of Manchester. Lane 6, Thomas Thorpe, City of Manchester. Lane 7, Tyree Smith from City of Liverpool. And lane 8, James Rolleston from Trafford Metro. Lane 4, Sam Horrocks seems to have the lead at the moment, closely followed by Jamie Ingram. And coming up lane 3, Neil Wiley. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there is your confirmation. The next event is event 105, the Women's Open 50 metres breaststroke. There are 4 heats in this event. Heat 1.
So as we get this women's 50 metres breaststroke underway, in this heat 1 we've got Charlotte Mead from Blackburn in lane number 3. Lane number 4 is Jessica Critchley from Garstang. And lane 5 is Sophie Milburn from Carlisle Aquatics. And as we come down underneath the flags, the last 5 metres, it looks like it might be Sophie Milburn who's going to get the touch first. She does, from Charlotte Mead and Jessica Critchley. Confirmation of the results as we move on to Heat 2. To lane 1, Tahira Collins, Wigan Best, Laura Head from Trafford Metro in 2, Isabel Forrest from Pioneer 79 in 3, Lucy Canavan from Aquabears in 4, Hannah Edwards from Carnforth in 5, Sophie Huggan from Cockermouth in 6, and Hannah Wang from City of Manchester in lane number 7. As we come down underneath the flags, it looks like it's Lucy Canavan from Isabel Forrest. Sophie Huggan. As we wait for the confirmation, there we have it as we move on to heat number 3. Heat 3, Anna Ashworth, Burnley Bobcats in 1, Jessica Murray from City of Salford in 2, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best in 3, Anna Doherty, Belton Metro in 4, Lucy Fairbanks, City of Manchester in 5, Amy Harrison, Alderman Classics in 6, Megan Jones, Kendall in 7, and Amy Grosstock from the City of Salford in lane number 8. And as we come into the finish, it's Anna Doherty from Lucy Fairbanks, Hannah Sheehan, confirmation of that result as we move on to Heat 4. And in this, the final heat of this ladies' 50 metres breaststroke. India Sharp, lane 1 from Ulverston, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth in 2, Emily Lawrence from Preston in 3, Olivia Heron from Stockport in 4, Denisa Elena Gogu from City of Manchester in 5, Ashley Jolly, Pioneer in 6, Emma Blair, Aquabears in 7, and then Amelia Ravenscroft from Warrington Warriors. And lane number 8, it's Olivia Heron from Denisa and Emily Lawrence. And we have confirmation of that result, which then brings us to the end of that event, which move on to event 106, which is the men's open 50 metres butterfly. There are 4 heats. Heat 1.
In lane 1 we have Kes Fountain from Carlisle Aquatics. Lane 2, Adam Newell from City of Salford. Lane 3, James Handford from Leyland Barracudas. Lane 4, Alex Keegan from Garstang. Lane 5, Zach Smith-Shelley from Burnley. Lane 6, Matthew Rooney from Everton. And in lane 7, Matthew Coulthard from City of Manchester. Just waiting for confirmation of that result. There we have it. We move on to Heat 2. In lane 1 we have Sean Penter from Droylsden. Lane 2, Frankie Docking-Smith from City of Chester. Lane 3, Alec Watsons from Warrington. Lane 4, Neil Wiley from City of Manchester. Lane 5, Jay Cushion from Winsford. Lane 6, Zach Fielding from Crew Flyers. Lane 7, Samuel Ellis from City of Liverpool. And in lane 8, Alex Campbell from City of Manchester. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result. And there you have it. So we now move on to Heat 3. In lane 1 we have Jack Howard from Preston. Lane 2, Ewan Wilson from City of Salford. Lane 3, Keenan Young from Preston. Lane 4, Kieran Hennessy from the City of Liverpool. Lane 5, Luke Kearslake from Oldham Aquatics. Lane 6, Adam Akick from Bolton Metro. Lane 7, Ellis Clewith from City of Liverpool. And lane 8, Alex Thompson from City of Liverpool. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there's the confirmation. We now move on to Heat 4. In lane 1 we have Samuel Greenbank from Cockermouth. Lane 2, Tyrese Smith from City of Liverpool. Lane 3, Joseph Akick from Bolton Metro. Lane 4, Sam Horrocks from City of Manchester. Lane 5, Adam Frost from Satellite. Lane 6, Billy Dewhurst from Preston. Lane 7, Thomas Dugdale from Carnforth. And lane 8, William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result. And there you have it. We now move on to event 107, the Women's Open 200 metres backstroke heat. There are 4 heats in this event. Heat 1. The finalists for the men's 100 metres freestyle. The finalists are Zach Smith Shelley, Pierce Greening, Alex Thompson, Daniel Holmes, Rowan Greening, Tyrese Smith, Frankie Docking Smith, and Jay Cushing. Your reserve finalists are Toby Hill and Oliver Taylor. Coaches, you have 15 minutes to put in any withdrawals.
We have the 17 years and over age group of Adam Frost, City of Manchester, Jamie Ingram from City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester, Robert Cowley, City of Manchester, Joshua Thompson from Carnforth, Declan Hall, Wigan Best, and Kieran Hennessy from the City of Liverpool, with reserve finalists of Jared Armstrong, City of Manchester, and Thomas Thorpe from the City of Manchester. Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes into which to withdraw any of your swimmers from those finals. And while we can, I was going to announce the finalists for the women's 50 breaststroke. As we come down under the flags into the last 5 metres, it is Hannah Camden, from Neve Wild, and Jasmine Leahy. We'll wait for the confirmation. There we have it. We have the confirmation of that result as we move on to heat number 2. As we get this heat 2 underway, in lane 1 we've got Sophie Weston from Warrington Warriors, Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford in 2, Matty J. Oliver, Wigan Best in 3, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston in 4, Josephine Stevens, City of Salford in 5, 6, Olivia McGinty, Burnley Bobcats, 7, Lois Keys, City of Salford, and in lane 8 is Madison Tuat from Workington.
The finalists for the men's open 50 metres butterfly, the 16-year-old age group: Ewan Wilson for City of Salford, Thomas Dugdale, Carnforth, Tyrese Smith, City of Liverpool, Jay Cushion, Winsford, Samuel Greenback, Cockermouth, Adam Akick, Bolton Metro, Ellis Clewith, City of Liverpool, Adam Newell, City of Salford. The reserves are Jack Howard, Preston, and William Fidalgo Hull from Cockermouth. The 17-year-old age group are Alec Watkinson from Warrington, Billy Dewhurst from Preston, Adam Frost, Satellite, Sam Horrocks, City of Manchester, Zach Fielding, Crew Flyers, Neil Wild, City of Manchester, Luke Kerslake, Oldham Aquatics, Kieran Hennessy from City of Liverpool, and the reserves are Joseph Akick from Bolton Metro and Keenan Young from Preston.
Head coaches, team managers, you have 15 minutes in which to withdraw any of your swimmers. And while we're on the subject of finals, we have the finalists for the women's open 50 metres breaststroke. And the 16 years and under age group, we have Jessica Murray, City of Salford, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth, Isabel Forrest, Pioneer 79, Olivia Heron, Stockport Metro, Lucy Canavan, Aqua Bears, Sophie Huggan, Cockermouth, Indian Sharp from Ulverston, and Emma Blair from Aqua Bears. Reserve finalists are Sophie Milburn from Carlisle Aquatics and Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats. And that was the finish of Heat 2. And we shall move on to Heat number 3 once we've had confirmation of that result. And there we have it. Confirmation of the result as we move on to Heat number 3. And so just to go through those finalists again for the women's 16 years and under finalists for the open 50 metres breaststroke. Jessica Murray, City of Salford, Abby Winstanley from Cockermouth, Isabel Forrest from Pioneer 79, Olivia Heron, Stockport Metro, Lucy Canavan, Aqua Bears, Sophie Huggan from Cockermouth, India Sharp from Ulverston, Emma Blair from Aqua Bears. Reserve finalists Sophie Milburn from Carlisle Aquatics and Anna Ashworth from Burnley Bobcats. In the 17 years and over age group, Hannah Sheehan, Wigan Best, Anna Doherty, Bolton Metro, Denise Elena Gugu from City of Manchester, Emily Lawrence, Preston, Lucy Fairbanks from City of Manchester, and Hannah Edwards from Carnforth. And they are your finalists for the Women's Open 50 metres breaststroke. In this Heat 3, we have Alyssa Blackshaw from Winsford, Emily Conway, City of Manchester in 2, Molly Gordon from Blackpool Aquatics in 3, Jessica Madonna from City of Liverpool in 4, Lucia Hearn from Stockport Metro in 5, Alexander Carr from Blackpool Aquatics in 6, Chloe Foster from Dane Valley in 7, and Olivia Heron having a busy morning from Stockport Metro down in lane number 8. But it is Jessica in lane number 4 with a commanding lead. 5-10 metres. I'm going for 10, more like 9-10 metres. As she comes down underneath the flags. She touches first. And in second place, lane 5, Lucia Hearn. It's a full 7 seconds between Jessica and Lucy, second place. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. There we have it as we move on to heat number 4. Just to announce that we will have a swim-off at the end of the 400 metres, the men's 400 metres individual medley, and the women's 800 metres freestyle. So that is, we've got a swim-off at the end of the men's 400 metres individual medley and the women's 800 metres freestyle.
We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it. And we now move on to event 108, the men's open 400 individual medley. There are 4 heats. Heat 1.
Okay, just to announce that our swim-off is for the final of the 100 metres, women's 100 metres butterfly, and it will be between Simone Elson from Pioneer 79 and Kimberly Burston from Oldham Aquatics, and this will take place at the end of this event, the men's 400 individual medley and the women's 800 metres freestyle.
In this heat, in lane 3 we have Ben Jenkinson, in lane 4 Spencer Sheard, and lane 5 Kyle McKenna. Ben seems to be edging it at the moment from lane 5 from Kyle McKenna. It's fairly even Stevens as we're going up the backstroke leg. And turning together and coming up together. It's still fairly close for these two boys in the backstroke leg. Kyle has just got the edge now. As we turn onto the breaststroke leg. Kyle turns first, followed by Ben Jenkinson. Kyle has pulled away in this breaststroke leg, so we're coming under the flags to the final the front crawl leg. Kyle's coming down his final length with a comfortable lead from Ben in lane 3. Under the flags, and 5 meters to go. Ben comes in second place and Spencer is in third place. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there you have it. We now move on to heat 2.
This heat number 2. In lane number 2, we've got Reuben Robotham Keating from City of Manchester, Nathan Holmes from Preston in 3, Sean Penter from Droylsden in 4, Thomas Duxbury, Bolton Metro in lane 5, Ben Porter, Leyland Barracudas in 6, and Ben Makin from Pioneer 79 in lane number 7. Just while we're finishing off this butterfly leg of this men's 400 individual medley. We have the finalists for the women's 200 metres backstroke. 16 years and under age group, Lucy Ahern from Stockport Metro, Elizabeth Wafer from Preston, Lauren Bradley Holt from City of Salford, Jessica McDonough, City of Liverpool, Josephine Stevens, City of Salford, Natasha Ty, City of Salford, Georgia Ashton from Bolton Metro, and Molly Gordon from Blackpool Aquatics. Reserve finalists Emily Conway, City of Manchester, and Hannah Camden from the City of Salford in the 17 years and over age group. Lara Gruter from City of Manchester, Emma Jones from City of Salford, Matty J. Oliver from Wigan Best, and Nicola Capstick from Ulverston. And they're your finalists for the women's open 200 metres backstroke. As we come down to the end of the backstroke leg, it's Ruben, who's probably just about got an arm's length lead over Sean Penter. But there's not much between any of them. First four swimmers. And Thomas Duxbury and Ben Porter in lanes 5, 4, 5, 6 and 7. It's Ruben having a good swim over there in lane number 2. Just managed to extend that lead from what was an arm's length to probably 3-4 metres now. As we come to the end of the breaststroke leg, Nathan Holmes from Preston in lane number 3. They're starting to come back, so we've now got 4 swimmers fighting for that second place. Still Ruben extending that lead. So he comes down to the halfway on the 50 or the 100 freestyle leg of this 400 individual medley. Sean has managed to just pull out a slight lead over Ben Porter. Although as we come into the final turn, Ben looks as though he's coming back on Sean. So it's going to be Ruben with a commanding lead, 10 metres over what is Sean Penter and Ben Porter. That was the 1, 2, 3. I'll wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it as we move on to heat number 3.
The competitors in this event are lane 1, Jack Howard from Preston, lane 2, Luke Adams from the City of Salford, Lane 3, Ben Haverstrong from Burnley. Lane 4, Jake Reynolds. In lane 5, Jack Iverson from Cockermouth. Lane 6, Jack Smith from Cockermouth. Lane 7, Toby Hill from Prescott. And in lane 8, Tyler Melbourne Smith from Warrington. And we do not have a swimmer in lane 4. Tyler seems to have this butterfly leg just from Ben Havers. As we move into the backstroke leg. Tyler's still holding his own in lane 8. But now Toby Hill in lane 7 is just nipped in front, and lane 2 is Luke Adams. Turn for the final length of the backstroke. Toby Hill has a 2 or 3 metres lead from Luke Adams in lane 2 and Jack Smith in lane 6. Lane 6, Jack Smith is having a strong breaststroke leg. He's coming through into first place. It's a close thing between lane 6 and lane 2. Luke Adams turns first. Still Luke Adams in first place, followed by Toby Hill in lane, Jack Smith, in lane 6. There's not a lot between these two. Maybe a metre in it as I turn into the freestyle. Luke turns first. Still just about a metre in it. As they turn for the final 50. Just point 2 in it. Come up to the final turn. And it's very, very close. Luke just we'll have to wait for that result because Jack Smith's time didn't come up. We'll just wait for confirmation of that event.
Don't forget that if you want to get all your live results and streaming, it is on live.swimnorthwest.org or on Twitter. That's Swim England Northwest, hashtag NorthwestChamps18.
And there's the confirmation. Luke Adams in first, Jack Smith second, and Jack Iveson in third. We now move on to Heat 4. Lane 1 we have Ellis Clwyth from City of Liverpool. Lane 2 Jared Armstrong from City of Manchester. Lane 3 Samuel Taylor from City of Manchester. Lane 4 James Cross from Wigan Best. Lane 5 Pierce Greening from Cockermouth. Lane 6 Tom Robinson from Ulverston. Lane 7 Harper Whitehead from Dane Valley. And in lane 8 Harry Brothwood from Blackpool Aquatics.
As we come into the 75-metre turn, it looks like James Cross from Wigan Best probably just has the slight edge over Jared Armstrong in lane number 2, probably just around about a body length lead. And it's the same again now with Tom Robinson from Ulverston. As we turn on to the backstroke leg. And through the halfway point on this backstroke leg, James Cross is having a very good backstroke leg. What's turning in second place, Tom Robinson from Ulverston, from Pierce Greening, from Cockermouth. Harper Whitehead is the strongest of the other four swimmers. As they turn out to the breaststroke leg. And this is where things normally change, as you can be very, very good at other strokes. But it's the breaststroke leg that usually sorts everybody out. When you're running at 400 metres or 100 metres breaststroke, you need to be a good breaststroker. And Pierce Greening is coming back on James Cross, who had a substantial lead. As they come down this final 25 of the breaststroke leg. Still James maintaining that lead, but catching him all the time is Pierce Greening. through the first turn on the freestyle leg. It was just over 3 seconds. It's now just under 3 seconds. As they come down to the 75 turn, Pierce Greening is catching James Cross all the time. I think though, he's going to hang on. He's going to run out of the pool before he gets to him. And it's going to be James Cross finishing in 4:30.95 from Pierce Greening. And then Tom Robinson. Good swim by Ellis over there in lane 1. Not easy to swim in the outside lanes. So we move on to our swim off between Simone Nelson from Pioneer 79 in lane 4 and Kimberly Burston from Oldham Aquatics in lane 5. And this is for the 100 metres butterfly final. First 25, it was Kimberly that got away first. And she comes in 14.25. But as we come into halfway, Kimberly is still managing to hang on to this slight lead she has. 0.4 of a second. But as we come down to 75 turn, it's going to be touch and go. Simone had a fantastic turn off the wall. But as we come down underneath the flags, it looks as though Kimberly is going to manage to hang on to that lead. As she does, 104.77. 105.79. As we move on to our next event, which is the Women's Open 800 metres freestyle. There are 2 heats. Heat 1.
In this first heat, we have in lane 2, Charis Davidson from Warrington, Alyssa Blackshaw from Winsford, Lucy Dixon from City of Salford, Olivia Sheehan from Wigan Best, and Zoe Carlos from City of Liverpool. Well done, girls. We'll just wait for the confirmation of that result. And there you have it. We now move on to Heat 2. We have in lane 1, Jessica Miller from Blackpool Aquatics. Lane 2, Olivia Clare from City of Manchester. Lane 3, Emma Dixon from City of Manchester. Abby Smith from City of Liverpool. Megan Lever from Pioneer 79. Erin Hoyland from City of Manchester. Lane 7 is Cindy Bairstow from Blackpool Aquatics. And in lane 8, Jasmine Stockton from City of Manchester.
just have an announcement for our head coaches and team managers that the heat sheets are available for the finals in the coaches room. So if you require a heat sheet for the finals, they are available in the coaches room. Also, for medalists, if you win a medal, you can also pick them up from the coaches room. And if you do so before the end of the day, that would be very much appreciated. As we just wait for the confirmation of the results from that Heat 2. That brings us to the end of the events for this morning. Our next event is the finals of this morning's events. And the first event is event 110, the women's 16 years and under 100 metres individual medley final. as we have confirmation of that result of the Heat 2 as appeared on the board. As we move on to our next event, which is the women's 16 years and under 100 metres individual medley final. In lane 1, from Kendal is Megan Jones. Lane 2, from Ulverston, India Sharp. Lane 3, from Copeland, Rebecca Amore. Lane 4, from Wigan Best, Jennifer Green. Lane 5, from Leyland Barracudas, Anna Dutton. Lane 6, from Cockermouth, Abby Winstanley. Lane 7, from Barrow, Lois Pothwaite. And in lane 8, from Bebington, Emily Dobbins. And they are your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 100 metres individual medley final. As we go down this first 25, it's Anna Dutton, 13.78 on the fly leg. She's turning slightly in front of Abby Winstanley, next to her in lane 6. As they turn out into the breaststroke leg, it's still Anna Dutton from Abby Winstanley, from India Sharp, from Ulverston. But coming back on Anna is Abby, who's having a good breaststroke leg, as is Jennifer Green. As they turn onto this final freestyle leg, it's going to be very, very close. It's Jennifer Green that probably just has the slight edge. As they come down underneath the flags, it's going to be very, very close. It looks like Jennifer Green from Anna Dutton and Abby Winstanley. As we wait for the confirmation of the results, as we move on to our next final, which is for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres individual medley. In lane 3, we have from Pioneer 79, Leah Williams. In lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Lucy Fairbanks. And in lane 5, from Bolton Metro, Anna Dougherty. They're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over in 100 metres individual medley final. First to break out on the fly leg is Anna Dougherty from Bolton Metro. 13.54 from Leah Williams. And it's still Anna, who's managing to stretch out to 3/4 of a body length lead now over Leah and Lucy. Both these swimmers both together. As Lucy is starting to come back on Anna, but Anna being a very, very good breaststroke swimmer, is going to be touch and go. I think she's going to manage to hang on as she stretches that lead out to about a body length as she comes under the flags. It's going to be Anna Dougherty from Lucy Fairbanks and then Leah Williams. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. As we have the confirmation of that result, as we move on to our next final. The next final is for the men's 16 years and under 200 metres breaststroke. In lane 1, from the city of Manchester, Toby Ranson. In lane 2, from Warrington Warriors, Daniel Kinsella. Lane 3, from Cockermouth, Jack Smith. Lane 4, City of Salford, Luke Adams. Lane 5, from Cockermouth, William Fidalgo Hull. In lane 6, from Burnley Bobcats, Dakota Ravatali. In lane 7, from Preston, Jack Howard. And in lane 8, from Kendal, Elliot Woodburn. They're your finalists for the men's 16 years and under 200 metres breaststroke final. First 25. That's Dakota. He's managed to give himself a slight lead over Jack Smith from Cockermouth. But, very close. We've got Elliot Woodburn down here in lane number 8, along with 4 other swimmers: Daniel Kinsella, Jack Smith, Luke Adams, William Fidalgo Hull. Who are still in touch with Dakota. It's a good turn, halfway, 109.69. Just about a second's lead. Into turn 5. And it's Luke Adams in lane 4. It's having this stronger second half of this race. And he's coming back on Dakota. As they come up to 175. It's still Dakota Ravatali from Luke Adams. Is he going to manage to hang on into the last 15? It is going to be Dakota Ravatali from Luke Adams and Jack Smith. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it. As we move on to our next final, which is the men's 17 years and over 200 metres breaststroke final. In lane 2, from Cockermouth, we have Jack Iverson. Lane 3, from the city of Liverpool, Jack Roberts. Lane 4, from Oldham Aquatics, Samuel Goldrick. Lane 5, from the city of Manchester, Jack O'Brien. In lane 6, from Preston, Kenan Young. And in lane 7, from Crew Flyers, Zach Fielding. And they're the finalists for the men's 17 years and over 200 metres breaststroke final. This is an announcement for our finalists. Can we go through to marshalling? So if you're in the women's 100 metres butterfly and the men's 50 metres butterfly, could you go through to marshalling, please? And also 50 metres breaststroke. So if you're in those finals, women's 100 metres butterfly, men's 50 metres butterfly, and women's 50 metres breaststroke, if you could go through to marshalling, it would be very much appreciated. Announcement for coaches that are attending the coach forum will commence directly after the finish of the finals, and it's in the dance studio. So if you're going to the coaches forum, it is in the dance studio and will commence directly after the end of this morning's finals. So we come down to 175. It's Samuel Goldrick from Jack O'Brien. As we come down into the last 5 metres, it is Sam Goldrick, 2:19.54 from Jack O'Brien. And Zach Fielding down here in lane number 7. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 16 years and under 100 metres butterfly final. In lane 1, from the city of Liverpool, Holly White. Lane 2, from Copeland, Rebecca Amore. Lane 3, from city of Liverpool, Charlotte Renz. Lane 4, from the city of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. Lane 5, from Warrington Warriors, Gabrielle Mailbone Smith. Lane 6, from Stockport Metro, Olivia Heron. Lane 7, from Wigan Best, Jodie Gittins. And in lane 8, from Pioneer 79, Simone Elson. And they're your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 100 metres butterfly final. We have a correction to one of our finalists. As you may have seen, it is Kimberly Burston in lane 8 and not Simone Elson. So Kimberly Burston is in lane 8. As we come down underneath the flags, it looks as though it's going to be Gabrielle Mailbone Smith from Holly White. We'll wait for the confirmation of the results, and there we have it. As we move on to our next final, which is the women's 17 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. In lane 3, from the city of Salford, Emma Jones. Lane 4 from Oldham Aquatics, Jessica Calderbank. Lane 5 from City of Salford, Emily Keys. And in lane 6 from Warrington Warriors, Coral Farrell. They're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 100 metres butterfly final. Down the first 25, it was Emily Keys turning first. But at the halfway, it's Jessica Calderbank that's come back very, very strongly, 29.10. She's just managing to maintain that lead as she's gone through to the 75 metres. Good turn off the wall. It's down this final 25. It is going to be Jessica Calderbank from Emily Keys and Emma Jones. And Coral just coming into the finish. Wait for the confirmation of the results, and there we have it as we move on to our next final, which is the men's 16 years and under 50 metres butterfly final. In lane 1 from City of Salford, Ewan Wilson. Lane 2 from Carnforth, Thomas Dugdale. Lane 3 from the City of Liverpool, Tyree Smith. Lane 4 from Winsford, Jay Cushion. Lane 5 from Cockermouth, Samuel Greenbank. Lane 6 from Bolton Metro, Adam Akick. Lane 7 from the City of Liverpool, Ellis Cleworth. And in lane 8 from the City of Salford, Adam Newell. And they're your finalists for the men's 16 years and under 50 metres butterfly final. This first 25, there's not much between any of them. Jay Cushion, 12.33 from Thomas Dugdale. But it's down this final 25. Who's going to get there? It's going to be very, very close. Jay Cushion from Adam Akick and Thomas Dugdale. I'll wait for the confirmation of that result, and there we have it. As we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 17 years and over, 50 metres butterfly final. In lane 1 from Warrington Warriors, Alex Watkinson. Lane 2 from Preston, Billy Dewhurst. Lane 3 from Satellite, Adam Frost. Lane 4 from City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks. Lane 5 from Crew Flyers, Zach Fielding. Lane 6 from City of Manchester, Neil Wiley. Lane 7 from Oldham Aquatics, Luke Kerslake. And in lane 8 from the City of Liverpool, Kieran Hennessy. They're your finalists for the men's 17 years and over 50 metres butterfly final. Down the first 25, Sam Horrocks, 11.07 from Neil Wiley, but running away with it. A body length lead, it's going to be Sam Horrocks. It looks like Neil Wiley gets a second, 25.13 from Adam Frost. Wait for the confirmation of that result. Just a reminder that you can get your live results. Oh, we have the confirmation of the results as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 16 years and under 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 1 from City of Salford, Jessica Murray. Lane 2 from Cockermouth, Abby Winstanley. Lane 3 from Pioneer 79, Isabel Forrest. Lane 4 from Stockport Metro, Olivia Heron. Lane 5 from Aquabears, Lucy Canavan. Lane 6 from Cockermouth, Sophie Hogan. Lane 7 from Ulverston, India Sharp. And in lane 8 from Aquabears, Emma Blair. And they are your finalists for the women's 16 years and under 50 metres breaststroke final. As we come into the turn of this first 25, it's Olivia Heron, turning from Lucy Canavan from Aquabears. Olivia is stretching out this lead all the time as we come under the flags. 32.68. We have confirmation of that result as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. In lane 2 from Wigan Best, Hannah Sheehan. Lane 3 from Bolton Metro, Anna Dougherty. Lane 4 from City of Manchester, Denise Elena Gogu. Lane 5 from Preston, Emily Lawrence. Lane 6 from the City of Manchester, Lucy Fairbanks. And in lane 7 from Carnforth, Hannah Edwards. And they're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 50 metres breaststroke final. First 25, it looks like it might be Emily Lawrence. She does turn first, 15.52 from Anna Dougherty and Denisa. As we come under the flags, it looks like it might be Denise and Elena that gets it. It is. From Emily Lawrence and Anna Doherty. We'll wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it. As we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 16 years and under 100 metres freestyle final. In lane 1 from Burnley Bobcats, Zach Smith-Shelley. Lane 2 from Cockermouth, Pierce Greening. Lane 3 from the City of Liverpool, Alex Thompson. Lane 4 from Preston, Daniel Holmes. Lane 5 from Cockermouth, Rowan Greening. Lane 6 from the City of Liverpool, Tyrese Smith. Lane 7 from the City of Chester, Frankie Dockin-Smith. And in lane 8 from Winsford, Jay Cushion. And they're the finalists for the men's 16 years and under 100 metres freestyle final. First 25, Frankie Dockin-Smith from Daniel Holmes. Daniel being the fastest qualifier. It's 53.92. Having the best turn off the wall, Frankie Dockin-Smith from the City of Chester, 25.77. Into the 75 turn. Looks as though it's Daniel Holmes, but as we come underneath the flags, it might be Rowan Greening that's going to get it. It is Rowan Greening, 53.87, 53.94. Confirmation of that result. As we move on to our next final, which is for the men's 17 years and over, 100 metres freestyle final. In lane 1, from the City of Liverpool, Kieran Hennessy. Lane 2, from the City of Manchester, Neil Wiley. Lane 3, City of Manchester, Jamie Ingram. Lane 4, from the City of Manchester, Sam Horrocks. Lane 5, from the City of Manchester, Robert Cowley. Lane 6, from Carnforth, Joshua Thompson. Lane 7, from Wigan Best, Declan Hall. And in lane 8, from the City of Manchester, Jared Armstrong. And they're your finalists for the men's 17 years and over 100 metres freestyle final. So down the first 25, Robert Cowley, followed by Sam Horrocks. Then Neil Wiley in lane 3. But halfway, it's still Robert Cowley from Jamie Ingram. And now Joshua Thompson. Looks like Robert turning first. and 75. Lane 3, Jamie Ingram. It looks as though it's going to be Robert Cowley from Jamie Ingram, Sam Horrocks. So wait for the confirmation of that result. And there we have it, as we move on to our next final, which is the women's 16 years and under 200 metres backstroke final. In lane 1, from Stockport Metro, Lucia Hearn. Lane 2, from Preston, Elizabeth Wafer. Lane 3, from City of Salford, Lauren Bradley Holt. Lane 4, from the City of Liverpool, Jessica McDonough. Lane 5, from the City of Salford, Josephine Stevens. Lane 6, from City of Salford, Natasha Ty. Lane 7, from Bolton Metro, Georgia Ashton. And in lane 8, from Blackpool Aquatics, Molly Gordon. And they're the finalists for the women's 16 years and under 200 metres backstroke final. Down to the first 50 turn. Three swimmers all together. Lauren Bradley Holt, Jessica McDonough, Josephine Stevens, two City of Salford swimmers. Josephine Stevens that's turned first and halfway. It's still the same order. Josephine Stevens, Jessica McDonough, and Lauren Bradley Holt. Down to the 150 turn. Jessica is starting to stretch out that slight lead over Josephine. Into the 175 turn, it's still Jessica Madonna. With now a body length lead over Josephine Stevens. And then Lauren Bradley Holt. She looks as though she might just hang on in front of Lizzie Wafer. As we wait for the confirmation of that result. There we have it, as we move on to our last final, which is for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres backstroke final. In lane 3, from the City of Manchester, Lara Gruter. Lane 4, from City of Salford, Emma Jones. Lane 5, from Wigan Best, Matty J. Oliver. And in lane 6, from Ulverston, Nicola Capstick. And they're your finalists for the women's 17 years and over 200 metres backstroke final. So in this, our final of our morning session. Just a reminder to all our winners of medals that if you can pick them up from the coach's kiosk as soon as possible, please. Don't leave it right to the last minute before you go home tonight. So if you can pick up your medals from the coach's kiosk, that would be very, very much appreciated. Through halfway, we have Matty J. Oliver from Wigan Best. So in front of Lara. There's not much between them though. It's probably about a body length lead, and it looks like Lara is starting to come back on Matty J. And there was around about 2 seconds. It's been shortened to just over a second, but as we come into the final turn, it is going to be Matty J. That turns in this first place 2:02.16. But down this final 25, Lara's come back on her again. She's going to run out of the pool though. It's going to be Matty J. Oliver from Lara Gruter and Emma Jones. As we wait for the confirmation of the results. And there we have it. Just a reminder to all our medal winners to pick up your medals as soon as possible. They are available in the coach's room. Likewise, that is the end of this morning's session, and I invite our team of technical officials to leave the pool deck. a message for our coaches: don't forget that the Coaches Forum is now due to start in the dance studio here on the spectators balcony. So if you're wishing to attend that, it's going to start anytime now.